Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring.
Please wait. Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford. Crawford, I couldn't even hit. Clean.
Manny, what do you think about Canelo versus Crawford? Crawford's moving up like 20 pounds. What do you think?
Good. Good for Canelo.
Good for Canelo?
Boxing's biggest question, Canelo or Crawford? The pros are speaking out, and the answers aren't what you expect. But first, if you love the debates, the drama, and the truth behind boxing's biggest fights, make sure you're part of this journey, hit subscribe, and never miss a punch. Jeff Horn knows the danger firsthand. He shared the ring with Terence Crawford and felt that precision and power up close. And now he's sending a direct warning to Canelo Alvarez that should not be ignored.
And we know that with the weight divisions, the higher we go, the more knockouts kind of happen. And definitely Crawford has the accuracy, one, and the power, too. If he lands a clean shot on Canelo, he could knock him out. So it doesn't matter who it is, he has potential there.
Amir Khan has been in the ring with both men. He felt Canelo's raw power, and he tasted Crawford's precision. When asked who's truly the best, Khan's answer at first was a little bit neutral.
I highly respect and say pound for pound, the best fighter is Crawford by far and beats anyone. But when you start putting weight on and you go up a weight and you fight these guys like Canelo, even though Canelo might be now getting a little bit older and it might be slowing down a little bit, but he's still going to be very dangerous.
Then Khan dropped a bombshell comparison, exposing exactly why Canelo can be hurt and why Crawford is a nightmare to face.
Please wait. Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford. Crawford, I couldn't even hit. Clean.
Sean Porter didn't sugarcoat it. A former world champ himself, Porter pointed straight at the truth Canelo fans don't want to hear.
I think that Canelo is not who he was 3-4 years ago. And I really wouldn't say he's declining, definitely not fast, but I mean, his career is definitely not doing this. And it hasn't done this in 2 or 3 years, you know what I mean? So obviously it ain't a fast decline, but Canelo's certainly just not who he used to be.
But on the other hand, Oscar De La Hoya knows the fight game inside and out. And when it comes to Canelo versus Crawford, he didn't hesitate even a bit. The Golden Boy questioned the hype, pointed to Crawford's struggles moving up, and made it clear why he believes Canelo will be too much.
Now what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring.
Fernando Vargas Jr. just sparred Terence Crawford himself. He's felt the skill, the IQ, the craft up close. And when asked about Canelo versus Crawford, he kept it raw and real.
Crawford's the best skilled fighter ever. Canelo has power. He's on his decline. It's interesting because Canelo, doesn't throw as many punches as he used to. They say he's on his decline. Crawford, he's a very skillful fighter, very smart. I've actually had the opportunity to spar with Crawford.
But Vargas Jr. also brought up the one thing that makes this fight so dangerous for Crawford, their weight difference. Drawing from history, he reminded everyone what happened when Canelo dared to move up too far and why this matchup is just as risky the other way around.
I just feel there's respective weight classes for a reason. You saw Canelo when he moved up to 175 when he fought Bivol. You saw what happened there.
Yeah.
And I just feel Crawford is one of the best fighters ever, and he could fight in any respective weight class. He could fight in any generation in his respective weight class. I feel Canelo's going to be too much. I feel in the early rounds, I feel he could catch him with shots. Maybe Canelo will get frustrated by picking him up the way Canelo always gets frustrated. But I just feel Canelo will find him out. I think in the 8th, 9th, 10th round, the championship rounds, I believe he could stop him or if not, get him out of there. I just think it's the weight, bro.
Timothy Bradley Jr. didn't hold back. He promised no bias, just the raw truth as he sees it. And in his eyes, Crawford's path to victory won't come easy. It'll come from behind.
But this right here is an unbiased, straight up, 100, what I truly see in this fight. Crawford is going to have to come from behind to win this fight, damn it. He is. He's going to have to come from behind. Yes. Because the early rounds, Canelo, his presence, the fact that he's going to be walking forward, he's going to be walking through a lot of the shots that Crawford's going to be using. Canelo's going to be able to control this fight on the scorecards. But as the fight goes on and Crawford figures it out, because he will figure it out. He will. There's no doubt about it.
And Bradley doubled down, making it clear that once Crawford solves the puzzle, the fight isn't even close in his eyes.
And if he does that, Crawford does that, he can win this fight, man, with flying colors. I would say 8 rounds to 4.
Andre Rozier was in Canelo's corner of history. He trained Daniel Jacobs against Canelo. So when Rozier breaks down Crawford versus Canelo, he's not talking as a fan, he's talking as a man who studied Canelo up close. And according to him, Canelo's biggest mistake could be his moments of inconsistency.
What's the biggest weakness you saw in Canelo that Crawford can exploit?
Moments of inconsistency.
Okay.
Where he won't continually attack.
But when it came to picking a side, Rozier leaned toward the Mexican superstar. And his reason was clear. Canelo has ruled 168 for too long to let his legacy slip away to a smaller man moving up in weight.
I have to favor Canelo only because he's been the king at 168 so long. And I think he's going to work harder than he ever has just because he doesn't want his name to be tarnished by coming up short against a man that came from really 140 to meet him in the ring.
But Rozier wasn't done. He also raised a red flag for Crawford, pointing to inactivity and the danger of ring rust. Still, even with that concern, he admitted there's only one fighter alive who might be able to overcome it.
Right.
I think that my problem is that my boy TC hasn't been in the ring for a moment, and lack of
over a
activity tends to lead to rust and just not being able to articulate like you usually would. Gym work is one thing, the actual fights are another. But if anybody can bring it to the table, it'll be Crawford.
Andre Ward is an undefeated legend and one of the most respected voices in the sport of boxing today. When Ward speaks, it carries the weight of experience, legacy, and credibility. And Ward cut through with a bold statement. He didn't hedge, he didn't sugarcoat, he didn't play it safe. Instead, he made it clear where his loyalty lies, and his reasoning is even stronger on the biggest fight in boxing.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat me.
Andre Ward didn't just say it once. He took it to Twitter, praising Crawford's killer instinct in the ring. Terence Crawford is one of the greatest finishers of this era and one of the greatest finishers of all time. If he gets you badly hurt, he's going to finish you. On his podcast, The Wade Concept, Wade Plemons broke down the chess match inside Canelo vs. Crawford. He pointed out how Bud's switch hitting and constant angles could expose Canelo in ways fans might not expect.
When Terence Crawford eventually does change angles, eventually does circle out, or eventually does go from southpaw to orthodox, and if Canelo is trying to L-step and step over himself, that's just wasted motion, and a guy that's coming up in weight that does maintain a bit of his speed could potentially take advantage.
When asked if Canelo's recent performance changed his view on a potential Crawford fight, Eddie Hearn didn't hold back. He praised Canelo's greatness, but admitted time is catching up with him.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
It wasn't just the fact that he couldn't cut the ring off. I just feel like the timing now, the age, Canelo is amazing. I mean, not just because of his ability and what he's accomplished, but the fact that he still has the desire for those training camps and those fights. But I just feel like that desire might be fading a little bit. Not because of his love, but just because of age and like life.
Then Hearn dropped the real bombshell, suggesting not only that Canelo might be slowing down, but that he could actually walk away rather than risk losing to Crawford.
Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, like, the Crawford fight will definitely get him up for it. But I was actually watching that fight thinking I wouldn't be surprised if he retired and actually didn't fight Crawford, because I don't think he'll want to lose to Crawford, a much smaller guy, just because he's at the end of the road. But the fight's so big and the money's so big, he's going to have to take it. I bet he retires after that fight.
Actor and martial artist Michael Jai White was asked straight up who takes it, Canelo or Crawford, and he didn't hesitate, didn't stumble, and didn't play it safe. His answer was quick, confident, and it flipped the room on its head.
So, do you feel that Canelo's going to win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money.
Okay.
And when pressed to explain why, he compared the matchup to one of the most legendary masterclasses in boxing history.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think.
Even beyond the boxing world, the Canelo versus Crawford debate is pulling in voices from other sports. NFL legend Antonio Gates, a future Hall of Famer, elite preparation and competition, gave his take on the matchup. And while he acknowledged the danger of Canelo's power, his pick might surprise some fans.
Terence Crawford, Canelo.
Yeah, I believe Terence Crawford is going to be in top shape, and I believe he's good enough to outpoint Canelo. But I believe the power would be a challenge, if you will. So I'm going to say Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Because I think Terence Crawford is the best boxer in the world.
When Manny Pacquiao speaks, the boxing world listens. An 8-division world champion who spent his career defying size and odds, Pacquiao knows exactly what it takes to beat a bigger man. And when asked about Canelo versus Crawford, he gave both a prediction and some legendary advice for Bud.
Manny, what do you think about Canelo versus Crawford? Crawford's moving up like 20 pounds. What do you think?
Good. Good for Canelo.
Good for Canelo? Any advice for Crawford moving up in weight? You did it so many times and you were successful. What do you tell Crawford? Any advice?
My advice to him is just focus on speed and the speed and style. And also strength.
Teddy Atlas has never been afraid to stir the pot, and when it comes to Canelo versus Crawford, he didn't hold back. With decades of experience training champions and breaking down the sport, Atlas delivered a take that will spark debate, acknowledging Canelo's greatness while questioning if Crawford's intangibles make him something more.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has that.
So there you have it. Champions, legends, trainers, and even stars outside the ring, all split on the fight of our era. Canelo versus Crawford is truly going to be the historic moment boxing will never forget. Who do you believe? Drop your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more True Jab breakdowns.